Hey Barbara, it's great to have you at Update Conference in Prague. Have you been to this conference before?
Yes, this is the third time.
Third time's a charm. So,
absolutely.
And I will not ask if you like Prague because everyone loves Prague.
Yeah.
So.
Prague it was beautiful. I did get to do a day with the touristy stuff and walk between all the other tourists. It is busy here, but I also really like this neighborhood because it's out of the city center.
Yeah, it is.
You see a bit of the daily life. That sounds silly, but I always love to do that.
And there's good restaurants and stuff around here.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. So I know you did 2 talks.
Yes.
We'll start with the first one, which was GitHub Copilot. So.
Yes.
What were you trying to get people to understand and take away from your talk with GitHub Copilot?
So overall, one of the things that I always love to do, and I did, was a lot of demos. Because demos with AI are very unpredictable and they're a lot of fun. So we did a lot of demos. And mostly I wanted to show what options you have at this point. Because a lot of people know the one from Visual Studio Code, but there's a lot you can do from the GitHub interface.
Yeah.
And mostly what I hope that people get out of it is how fun it can be to work with AI.
Yeah.
Because we sometimes tend to be a little critical about it, and we are allowed to do that because it's claiming it can write all the code for us.
Yeah.
But then again, if you start working with it, I gave myself some challenges where I was like, I'm going to write code. I'm not going to write any code. I'm going to do completely AI for like a month. Mm-hmm. And it was so much fun. And sometimes it made a complete mess, and sometimes it came up with beautiful solutions. And I just love working with it. It feels like you have your own little intern.
Yeah.
That sometimes knows, and sometimes you have to tell it, oh, you got so close.
Yeah.
This is not what I asked for.
Yeah. So here's from my experience. So it was interesting to start a new repo and have Copilot say, hey, what do you want me to do with this new repo?
Yeah.
And it wasn't just like code, it was anything around like, hey, do this, do that. I want you to set up these documents. I mean, it was almost anything that you want to do around that. And then the other interesting thing was whenever a new issue would come in, you could say, hey, can you take a look at the entire repo and the code base? Can you expand on this issue that someone submitted and write more details about it, maybe come up with some ideas on where the fix should come from. That was really interesting because then it's almost like you have some little assistant that is kind of taking some information off of your shoulder or taking some weight off of you and letting.
Yeah, and it's fun to have a conversation with it. And I also use it for troubleshooting so much.
Yeah.
Like when you're troubleshooting stuff, it always helps that it is in one window. So I don't have to go to Google or whatever and be like, hey, this is the error message. Sometimes I don't even ask a question. Oh, there's an error, copy, paste, Copilot, go fix.
Yeah.
I don't have time for this.
Yeah.
And it works, and it tells you, hey, this is why you are getting the error, and these are the solutions you can choose from. And you still have to be critical on what it's telling, so it's not like you're just someone throwing assistance around, because it does get it wrong sometimes. And so it keeps your own value in there, but it also teaches you things where you're like, oh, I didn't think of this one.
Yeah. So let me ask you, are you the type of person, if there is something that you need AI to do for you, are you a person that says, just go do it? Or are you a person that says, tell me your plan and then we'll implement it later? Like, don't touch any code. And once I see your plan, then I'll tell you to go implement based on the plan. Which side are you?
I let AI do everything.
You let AI, okay.
I invest in creating the plan. So I invest in what do I actually need. And of course I use AI for that as well.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, hey, I need a good prompt to do X, Y, and Z. Tell me what information you need. We're going to create a prompt for it. Then get the good prompt, like this is what I actually need. Good. And then I say, Copilot, go do your thing. And it will create a pull request, and then I can see if it's actually a good idea. Gotcha.
Okay, awesome. Well, I know there's different philosophies all over the place, so cool.
But how cool is that we can all use it in the way that we like? We can use it
in whatever way we want to, so.
And that's the thing, like we can get stuck on that gimmick phase where it's like, it's so cool that it can do it. But then we can move on and be like, okay, where's the value?
Yeah.
What helps me work? Yeah. And I think that's the big thing that AI can bring us that automation can't. Yeah. It can work in a way that we want it to work, that we are used to.
Well, and that all depends on the prompts also.
Yeah.
So if you make really bad prompts, you're going to get bad results. So
I like to challenge it though.
Yeah.
I like to create really silly prompts to see what happens.
Yeah. So what is the one area do you think in GitHub Copilot people don't use or don't realize it's there that could help them the most?
There are some features that are still in development that I feel are very promising but are not there yet.
Okay.
Things like Spark, where you go completely vibe coding, it's in preview. I'm not sure it's there yet. It's a bit limited, it can only do one language. It's really the concept of you're not working with code at all.
Yeah.
You have Spaces as well. With Spaces, it's like providing the environment specific files, or specific tools, specific resources it can work with. Okay. Which I also think is very promising, where it's almost like an MCP that you don't have to set up.
Yeah.
And for example, you could use it, add all the documentation, add the resources, and make that the question bot.
Yeah.
Which I also think is very promising. It can get some new features, and it can be really fun, but I also feel there's so much going on that we all get confused.
Yeah, exactly.
There's so much happening, it's like you don't know where to start. And I also see a trend where they're bringing everything together.
Okay.
They're saying, hey, this is your Copilot view. Ask it what you do need. You don't need to use it, choose a model. You don't have to tell what your plans are. We'll work
It'll figure it out for you. Okay, so now I'm going to try to have a transition from here to your next talk.
Yeah.
So how well does GitHub Copilot write GitHub Actions? Does it do a good job of that?
And this is the funny thing. It does a great job with Azure DevOps pipelines.
Really?
A great job. With GitHub Copilot, the current template is outdated.
Oh, for Actions?
Yeah, if you use it at this point, I'm hoping they're going to fix it soon. It's using outdated technology, specifically if you're deploying to Azure for web apps.
Okay.
And of course, the GitHub Copilot is using it as well. So it created that, but I did a pull request on that, and then I said, hey, this is using an outdated way of deployment. Please authenticate through OICD, and it did it.
Oh.
And I just had to change the connection names to what I had already set up, and everything ran flawlessly.
That's great.
So I was really impressed, actually.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that's going to transition over to your other talk, which you had a talk on kind of comparing and contrasting GitHub Actions with Azure DevOps.
Yes.
So give us a highlight of kind of where those two paths are and how they compare and contrast today.
Yeah, so what I did, and I've done this for a few years because I've been working on this for a few years, I just checked how do they compare on speed, on flexibility and stuff like that. They are very similar in a lot of ways, which is awesome because it means if you know the one of them, it's easy to use learn about the other one.
Yeah.
Makes you very flexible. And overall, I think Azure DevOps is more user-friendly. You can click through a lot of stuff. And GitHub Actions is far more flexible, gives you more control. So they both have their upsides. They're both very usable, and it just depends on what your preference is.
Yeah.
And in most of the cases, what your company is using.
Yeah, and that's a big, I mean, for me, it seems like Actions, GitHub Actions, are more for open source projects, maybe one person or small team, where Azure DevOps is where you want a more advanced pipeline, where you want more external things coming into your pipeline and having a little more traceability, log, like, so I may be wrong, so tell me, I just remember Azure DevOps having a lot more telemetry and logging than GitHub Actions.
It's very company focused. I already noticed it's very Azure focused, which GitHub is not.
Yeah.
GitHub does have the enterprise environment with all the other things that come with it. So I think that also one big dependency is what other things are your company using. Are you using GitHub AI? Are you using Codespaces? Then it might make sense to put your actions into GitHub as well.
Yeah.
But I see a lot of companies still using the Azure boards, for example. Yeah, then it makes sense to run it in Azure DevOps. And one of the good things is that you can combine the two. So you can have your code in a GitHub repository and deploy it with Azure DevOps.
Exactly.
No issue at all. And
Yeah.
Azure DevOps is very nicely integrated into Azure.
Yeah.
It's
It
almost
is.
like default. Yeah.
So as we're wrapping up, is there anything that from either one of your talks or both that we didn't cover that you want people to know about?
Well, maybe just like, I know people tend to be cynical of the AI thing, and rightfully so, because we're blowing it up like it's going to be a solution to everything.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a solution to everything, but it might change the way we work, as automation did.
Yeah.
Automation changed the way we worked, and we could have chosen to run away from it.
Yeah.
But I think there's real value in there that we can find if we
Yes.
learn how to work with it. And I encourage everyone to try working with AI because I find it so much fun.
Yeah.
And I have felt so inspired. I am at this point learning languages I didn't know before. I'm learning Node.js now because that's what GitHub Spark used, and I have a big project running, which I didn't write a single line of code
Yeah.
for. And then I said to ChatGPT, hey, study guides, show me how Node.js runs. And it works, and it's fun.
Yeah.
Use it as an inspiration.
Yeah.
Use it to get started on those projects that you have laying around because you don't know where to start.
Exactly. Or just learn it to learn. I'm learning more Rust
Yeah.
from not just Copilot, but from other LLMs. I'm learning a lot of different things. So
How cool is that?
it is. It's so cool. I will say you still have to know the problem sets and all that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it won't fix problems, like big problems.
Yeah, and it's very good at doing things very, very inefficiently.
Yeah.
But like, I always compare it to an intern. And you don't let an intern handle production on their own.
Exactly. Or you get a database dropped
Yeah.
with no backup. Yeah.
Exactly, and then you are
And
the
then
one that
you
needs a
get fired.
conversation
Yes,
because
then
you
get
have
fired.
to have backups.
Exactly. So,
But
so where can people find you online?
I'm mostly on LinkedIn
Okay.
at this point. I have some projects coming up, but I haven't set anything up yet. So mostly on LinkedIn, just BA Forbes.
Okay.
And I'm trying with the blue sky. It's not really working for me.
So I've really waned off of a lot of social media, but LinkedIn is okay.
I'm missing it though. You know what I'm missing? When we used to be on conferences and you would just put little notes,
Yeah.
like going to that session.
Yeah, I
if
know.
I had done a session, I would find 5 pictures
I know.
of myself online.
I know.
That I miss.
It's a different time.
Yeah.
So, but we really appreciate you coming to Update Conference in Prague. Hope to see you here or in Poland, in Krakow in the future. But
Absolutely.
but just have a great time, and we will talk to you soon.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.